Yeah, we do. 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. If you're still celebrating like we are, keep on celebrating. The party's just getting started. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, glad you're up with us here at 6 o'clock on your Monday morning. Yeah, Monday can be a little bit rough, but hopefully you are still feeling that victory from Saturday. And we're going to keep it going and let you know how the city has really been winning big with all the people that it brought to downtown Indy. But thank you for waking up with us here at 6 o'clock on your Monday. And Chuck, you called it. You said you Pacers in 6.
The Knicks are a very good team.
Yeah.
Just that we're better.
Yeah.
And it was so great to see that win. And I know a lot of you are excited about the NBA championship.
Oh, absolutely. Let's make it happen. But right now we got to get you ready for your Monday morning. And things are starting off cool, but they will warm up for us now.
Yeah, they will. I mean, it is a tale of 2 days, really. Today it's really crisp and really chilly out there as you look live at downtown Indianapolis. We've got a clear blue sky there, and you'll also notice here in Connorsville, no haze this morning. I do think, just like yesterday, when some of you had that gray look in the sky, we'll see it. But we're not there yet. In fact, here's where we are. Everybody in the 40s. What in the world is going on? 49 in Indianapolis, in Martinsville, in Carmel and Brownsburg, 45 in Newcastle, 43 in Crawfordsville and Zionsville this morning. And look here, you've got to look hard to find anybody in the 50s. That would be Shelbyville here in our viewing area right now. So we're running, believe it or not. It was cold yesterday morning. If many of you were headed out to brunch or to church yesterday, it was cold. We're actually running 5 degrees warmer than that, and I do think today we're going to reach the 80s. Here's what's going on as we have a cool setup for today and tomorrow. This line of rain eventually gets from Minneapolis to St. Louis tomorrow and will get here Wednesday night. So in between now and then, we keep it dry and we keep it a little hazy, especially in the afternoons. We'll warm up to 82 degrees today. The average high is 77. So we have a 3-day, at least 3-day, and maybe even 4-day streak of above average weather. And that's unusual for this month of May so far. And Lindsay, I guess it also means that you're going to need the sunglasses as you head out the door driving today.
That's right. And the AC after quite some time of not really needing that. And maybe a little patience as well. If you are traveling northbound on 65, this has been under construction for several weeks now, but this is going to be in phases. Next phase, closing down the ramp from Keystone Avenue onto 65 North. We've also got this new traffic flow pattern in both directions of 65 in between the south split. And right now, Keystone Avenue, that will eventually extend all the way down to I-465 on the south side. So right now, we're not seeing any major delays due to this. This is just slowly getting a little bit backed up here as we approach the south split and that new traffic flow pattern. Typically, we do see some slow traffic in between the south split and Raymond streets. So right now, we'll keep an eye on your delayed tracker all the way from Greenwood into downtown. Nothing major, but we'll let you know if anything does develop.
By the Knicks. Long shot, Halliburton.
Oh, and that did it for the blue and gold. Tyrese Halliburton from downtown during Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pacers beating the Knicks 125-108. If you watched, you know the first half of this game was actually pretty tight.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it by seeing the final score. The Pacers pulled away in the second half, racing to that 15-point lead and just never looked back from there. Pascal Siakam scoring 30 points, which is probably a lot of the reason why he was named the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. It's a big moment for the team who haven't been to the finals in 25 years, and a big moment for the city of Indianapolis, too.
Absolutely. Matthew Foltz is outside the field house this morning. Matthew, we can feel the energy still with us. Talk to us about what this means for the city of Indianapolis.
Yeah, ladies, that's right. Lots of good energy out here. It's calm right now, but we do know that it's going to be a lot of energy here as the Pacers now clinch this NBA Finals. And right now, experts say they can't tell how much the finals will bring to the city. However, we do know it will get a lot of Hoosiers out spending money, whether it's going to watch parties or spending money on merchandise like myself, including this Pacers final shirt that I got over the weekend. Now, we saw huge crowds over the weekend as they came out to really pack and see the Pacers make it in Game 6. You know, we actually caught up with District Tap downtown on Georgia Street. They're just a block away from Gamebridge. They're one of the businesses that say normally this time is slow during the summer months, but this playoff run has fans coming out, and it's really made a big difference.
but now everybody's flocking back into the city. So it's way different. Like it's the difference of like a $20,000 day to a $70,000 day. You know, you're dealing with 200 checks a day, 1,200 checks a day. So it's like at least 6 times the amount of flow that we're used to here.
Yeah, that's a big boost in business, and that's not even to mention how much money the hotels will bring in, merchandise and ticket sales. And speaking of tickets, if you're still thinking of looking for some, we actually checked some of the third-party sites this morning, and ticket prices right now for Game 3 of the finals, which will be the first game here on June 11th, looking at around $700 for nosebleeds as far as the cheapest tickets go. So ladies, lots of money to be spent on these finals. Ooh. But coming up at 6:30, you'll hear more from some economic experts and their thoughts on the long-term impact that these finals can bring to the city of Indianapolis.
Okay, we'll check back in with you soon. That's a steep ticket right there. Let's get you ready for the finals. Game 1 is Thursday in Oklahoma City. Game 2 also on the road the next Sunday before the team heads back to Indy for games 3 and 4.
So the first game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, like Matthew mentioned, Wednesday, June 11th. Ticket information's still kind of up in the air. We're also waiting for final details on watch parties here in Indy for games 1 and 2. So as soon as we hear more, we'll pass that on to you. And if you want to relive all the excitement from over the weekend, you can hear from some of the players after that Game 6 win on WTHR+.
You can watch that anytime on demand. Just download our app and watch it there for free. Your time is 6:06. In just a few hours, the driver accused in a crash that killed former HSC football player Mason Alexander will be in court. These are photos of Mason here. Trey Williams is being charged as an adult in the death of the recent HSC grad. Alexander's family has been pushing for that ruling now that Williams is 18. He was 17 when the crash happened. Prosecutors say they'll charge Williams with reckless homicide, reckless driving, and having a fake ID.
This morning, a former Brownsburg daycare employee will be in court facing child molestation and exploitation charges. Police arrested Gabriel Gardner last month. He pleaded guilty to 43 charges, including possession of child pornography. He's a former employee at Main Street University for Kids, which is closed right now, by the way. Attorneys say there are now at least 8 victims in this case. Police also arrested the owner and director of the daycare. They're facing 7 charges each. 13 News will be in the courtroom for Gardner's initial hearing later this morning. Also today, 2 people are starting their sentences in connection with a drug overdose incident at Westfield Middle School. This happened last year when 2 middle school students were hospitalized after swallowing meth. They both recovered, and police traced the source to a home on North Union Street in Westfield. That's where officers arrested Freddy and Brooke Garcia on multiple charges. They also removed 6 children from that home. Freddy Garcia was sentenced to 4 years in prison plus 2 years probation. Brooke was sentenced to more than a year in prison with 1 year probation.
Today, a special ceremony is honoring the lives of people who died and never had their remains claimed. One of those people is a person named Dolores. Lawrence Hendricks is working at a Volunteers of America thrift store when she found the remains in a plastic bag that had been donated. He held the remains at that thrift store until the Marion County coroner found out and teamed up with an organization called He Knows Your Name to properly lay Dolores to rest. So today at the Floral Park Cemetery, she and other unclaimed people in Indiana will be honored. That ceremony starts at 11 this morning.
6:08 now. We've got some good news for drivers in Hamilton County. The new roundabout at 146th and Allisonville Road is set to open today. So let's get you a look at how traffic will flow here while this construction continues. So there will be 1 lane in both directions on 146th over the new bridge. Left turns will be allowed again on the roundabout. Remember, though, take your time as crews wrap up here. We'll be sure to keep you updated as we learn more.
Happening this week, the USA Swimming Nationals right here in Indy. The Toyota National Championship starts tomorrow and will last until Saturday at the IU Natatorium.
This is so cool. You'll be able to see hundreds of the country's best swimmers, including Evansville native Lily King. The 3-time Olympian announced just yesterday she plans to retire after this season. So this meet will be her last one here in Indiana. Tickets are still available. We've got that for you at WTHR.com. Today, the Indianapolis Colts are celebrating the life and legacy of Jim Irsay.
The team's owner passed away on May 21st at the age of 65. This will be a private service, and the team is saying that they will announce a public memorial in the near future.
This past Wednesday, as players gathered for voluntary workouts, they shared some of their memories of Mr. Irsay. Colts players will wear a black patch on their jerseys this season in his honor.
Last week, the Colts released his full obituary, highlighting his contributions to the team and our city. You can find that right now at WTHR.com. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, good morning. Well, it's a big week here in the city because in downtown Indianapolis at the Convention Center, thousands, tens of thousands of guests from 200 countries will be here for the Global Entrepreneurship Congress. And wow, we've got Chamber of Commerce weather for them. Hazy, but 82 today, all the way up to 87 tomorrow. And we'll hold the rain off till Wednesday night. But again, another 80-degree day. We'll have more information on the warm-up and also the rain on the way coming up.
Well, there could be an uphill battle ahead in the Senate as they take up the big spending bill. At 6:45, we break down the sticking points that has some Republicans on the fence.
And this morning, we're seeing the moments police take down a suspect accused of attacking at least 8 people at a gathering to support Israeli hostages. At 6:15, a witness tells us about the harrowing scene that unfolded quickly.